the large Soffit panels, or the external Soffit panels, will be going into place after the top panels have been installed. So the idea is that they'll be loaded onto a custom lifting frame that has some rotational adjustment and lifted up into place with a telehandler. For a bit more information on that, just have a look at the telehandler install concept document that I did up for Craig. But yeah, the idea is that you land these onto a lifting frame, secure them with some endless ratchet straps to hold them down, and then lift the thing up. So the way they connect to the steel is with a clamp system. So the panels have an inbuilt halfin channel. There should be there's 6 per panel, and that obviously has the halfin bolt, which comes with a clamp assembly, and that I'll show you just looking through the access hatch. That just slides over and clamps onto the steel beam. Now in the wavy section there is also a variation of that clamp. I'll show you what it looks like. It's similar in theory, it's just slightly chunkier for where the loads are higher. Now the way these panels join to their adjacent panels, so whether that is a bullnose panel or the next Soffit panel coming into land into the Soffit panel that's already there, it is an epoxy adhesive join using that Compset 121 adhesive that was used elsewhere. The difference in this case though is that to hold the panels together while the glue is curing, there's also a VHB tape component. So I guess the way I see the process working, and again these are just my thoughts to get you thinking, you might have some better ideas, but the way I see it working is that the telehandler will push this up into position. You should try to do a quick dry fit where you push this as far up in as you can. Obviously the ratchet straps might prevent you slightly from going all the way in, but if they're low profile, hopefully it shouldn't make too big a difference. But at that stage, if you can at least get it almost as far in as it needs to go, it's definitely worth doing a quick check of these clamp brackets. What you want to kind of look for is one, that it's going to reach the steel, but it should with the tolerances there. 2, and probably more importantly I feel, is make sure that there's going to be enough thread to be able to actually get up and over the steel. For instance, if this steel beam is out of tolerance and it's dropped substantially, then it might be that there's not enough thread there to get onto the beam. I feel that should be unlikely. There is tolerance built in there, so it should be fine, but it's something that's definitely worth checking, because there'll be a couple of steps that you could take to rectify that if that is the case, which I'll cover in a different video. But before you set the panel with start setting the panel with the glue, you want to check these sorts of things, and check the ones at the back of the panel as well. And that can be the guy who's on level 2, who's getting ready to mix the adhesive, can check them while the other guys are positioning the panel. So once that all seems good, and you guys reckon the clamps will be fine, the rest of the dry fit went fine, check that the column cutouts look like they're going to be okay, nothing's clashing there. Get the telehandler to just drop this again enough that you can get in there with your glue. You probably wouldn't have to drop it as much as I've shown there. Drop it as little as you can, I guess. Apply the adhesive to the inside of the VHB tape line. The VHB tape should have been pre-applied to the panel before delivery to site on that outer edge. So apply the adhesive, stay where the ratchet straps are, I guess, stay 25mm away or so either side, just so you don't get any mess on it. And then just before you push back up with the VHB tape, peel back about 100mm strip going either way, and get that to overhang the edge. Now what that means is when you do push this back up into position, you know, that 100mm long strip of VHB tape shouldn't be a showstopper if you need to make any other adjustments, because say the frame rotated again slightly when you didn't want it to, you should be able to adjust that. You know, this won't have completely stuck the whole panel, so you still have time to make sure you get this set in the correct position. Once that's good, do all 4 of your clamps, and at this stage I'll point out, you'll notice there's a fair bit of extra thread coming out through the top of the clamps here. You can use that to make sure that you clamp this off securely, but you don't necessarily have to have the panel pulled up completely 100% hard up as much as it needs to go. You know, reason being, if it's left a little bit looser, then you can undo your ratchet straps, pull them back through the joins. The panel is now secured to the steel, it's just needing to be pulled up. So yeah, pull out all your ratchet straps, and then with this tag that's hanging out for the VHB tape, pull that off all the way along. Do the same on the other side, and then you push that up, use a roller or something just to work that in and get those panels to sit flush. At which stage, obviously, as well, you do these nuts up as much as they need to go to pull the panel up into the correct position. Same deal, I guess, as with the top panels. You want that to be level and on the same 5-degree angle. So, you know, there'll be a fair bit of adjustment actually with this connection detail that, you know, you can work, tighten the nuts, loosen the nuts, work it up and down to make sure that you get that level as you need it. And that is the theory behind how these Soffit panels will be going in. So